This is the Leo Climaco Podcast.
Got to.
So what is your plan with this challenge? Where do you see this going? How big do you want this to grow? What's the end goal with it?
I mean, at the end of the day, like a lot of business owners don't do any marketing. Like they just rely on word of mouth and referrals. And with the challenge, we want to show people different ways how they can get in front of people and the importance of speaking, whether it be on stage, on a podcast, virtual, workshop, webinar, even down to just meeting people at networking events or just content creation. All that matters. And then obviously just letting people know that they can use literally all that content and then redistribute that so they can get the message out there, connect with way more people. I think it's about like less than 50% of business owners actually invest in marketing.
Yeah.
Like they seriously rely on word of mouth. Like they have a shop open and they just wait for people to come up in there. That's not how you do business. You got to invest in lead generation. You got to invest in marketing. Like if you want to make money faster, you have to spend money to get more awareness on your product, your service, your business, or your brand. That's really what it comes down to. But like Power Talk was saying, people are afraid to spend the money. You know, if you're afraid to spend the money, you're not gonna make the money, or you're gonna make it slow. You know,
Scared money don't make no money.
And now it's like, why you even want to hold it? Because the money get worth less and less every day.
No.
You got to spend it, but you're not really spending it. You just putting it in circulation. Like water. I mean, the money operates on like maritime laws. You know, like if you really think about money, every adjective to describe money is based on water. You know what I'm saying?
The flow, right?
Currency,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got cash flow. You know, like you got to put the money into circulation. It's all based on that. So that means the money has to keep moving. Right? Like before we came here, we stopped at Wendy's real quick, get some food. Mm-hmm. If we ain't spend our money, we ain't getting no Wendy's.
Right.
You have to put it out to get it back. You know what I'm saying? You have to. And people just don't understand that. You know, and I think now it's like the way the technology is moving, how fast things are going, like this is where you need to like spend the money. Like this is where like you gotta learn something and then put it out. Like literally we can all learn something today. Somebody like you watching this podcast right now, you can learn something from the podcast, you can learn something from watching YouTube, you can read a book. Most people aren't gonna do no research, right? But you could be the one that just takes the information and organizes it, put it through steps, packages it up, and put it out, and they're gonna pay you for that because you did all the hard work. You know, like you could and you just duplicate it at that point.
The middleman usually could make the most money.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
Yeah, I mean that's essentially what like Pod Agency is. Like I created this agency where we help business owners and entrepreneurs get more exposure. So that's what we do. We just, we maintain these relationships. We develop new relationships, and we allow business owners to get in front of people, whether it be on podcasts, private communities, influencer marketing, short form collabs, live stages. Like I just got a bunch of new live stages in the tech space. So it's important. Like if people really understood how much money or how much impact they have from like what he teaches. Like your voice, like you could use your voice, even if it doesn't matter what industry you're in, you have to communicate.
For sure.
Right? Now, if you're able to communicate effectively and take your voice on the stage, whether it be virtual or in person, that's a whole nother revenue stream on the side of whatever you got going on. But people are afraid to speak up. They're afraid to get people even doing this, people are afraid to have a camera on.
Yeah.
And just have a conversation.
They get so
But not
embarrassed.
OnlyFans, their cameras be on, bro. It'd be multiple cameras.
I've been offered to turn this into an OnlyFans studio. I denied it every single time.
I bet you would have got a good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
I don't want that energy.
I'm saying he would have got.
I do not want that energy.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't need that in my life. No. I am on a clean path, and I'm gonna stay my ass there. That is dirty money for me.
No, but really, like, people have to. We gotta communicate. We gotta speak up more.
Yeah.
You know, and you gotta realize that you can really monetize that for sure.
You can't be scared. You have to understand that you're here for a reason. You're worthy. Use your voice.
Yeah.
Speak.
And we're only here for a limited time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. For real.
And nobody knows how long.
That's true.
Nah, 100%. Yeah. That's why, like, honestly, it be paining me when people be wasting time. Yeah. Like when
they don't see it, right?
Like, number one, when people waste time. Number two, when they take time for granted. And number three, where they just leave things unsolved because they feel like it's not a priority. Like, I'll give you an example. Like my family, right? I'm from Boston. I moved to LA. I've been in LA for 5 years. No one from my family came to visit.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because they feel like they just feel like I'm gonna just be all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but if something happened to me, they would have flew down. You know what I'm saying? Oh damn, we gotta go to LA, bro. I'm something's wrong with me now. Y'all should have been came. You know what I mean? I live in Miami now, so it's a little closer. So maybe they'll come through or whatever the case may be. But I feel like what happens is, even in conversations, like let's say me and Paul Talk got into a little something, right? It could be an ego preventing us from having a conversation, but that ego is really connected to the subconscious, which is selfish, because now we think we got mad time. So instead of us just fixing the issue, just getting on the same page and communicating and deciding to agree or disagree, but still be good and having that past us, people just let like these things exist and persist.
And
right?
consume them.
And they consume them.
Yeah.
And then it's like all the time that y'all spent as friends, you know what I'm saying, or in a partnership, in a marriage, or like colleagues. It's like all the time was for what? You know what I'm saying? We was rocking for like 6 months and everything was cool, but then I eat your lunch and then we ain't talking no more over that.
Took my M&Ms, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't be eating my lunch.
Over that.
Right.
But it really shows you how or what relationships were built on, and then what people prioritize. So I think I don't really like that at all, bro. It to me it's just like it's really like a waste. Like even like my dad, right? I'll give you an example. I only recall seeing my dad like once or twice. Maybe I was like 5 or 6, right? My dad ended up dying when I was 12. So let's say that's like six years after, right? From that age of me recalling that I seen him. And I remember asking him, well, through my grandma at the time, like he's supposed to come visit me. So I stayed with my other grandma on my mom's side. It was like a town over. Bro, he never came to visit, bro. I'm always coming out. I'm on the stoop, you know what I'm saying? Never came to visit, nothing, right? And then he just died. You know what I'm saying? People just be wasting time, bro.
Yeah.
Like you just wait. So you just had a son that you just neglect. Then you're gonna say you're gonna come visit him and just never come, and then you pass away because of your selfishness. And then that's it. Like, you know what I'm saying? People just be wasting time, bro.
And they don't fucking get it.
Yeah, and then it's like if you're the one that's like, then you crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? It's like I'm just trying to get like, but you crazy now. So it's the world's really interesting like that. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of it also comes with there's so much distractions of what people actually prioritize. Even what's really going on in the world right now. Like there's so much news and propaganda and all these distractions.
There's so much going
keeps people
on.
away for things that actually really matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then that's why like people's lives don't change or relationships don't develop or people end up prioritizing things that don't really serve them, don't really move the needle forward.
Right.
They don't
Like
heal
being
in certain
concerned like
situations.
who's president.
Yeah.
Right.
That ain't gonna benefit you.
No.
Go do you.
That's right.
100%. So it be things like that. I know that has nothing to do with speaking and podcasting, but it's like
No, but it
it's a
does
thing.
because it's that fear.
Yep.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, it's definitely something that would be a distraction to hold somebody back for real though. Yeah, like I could have just quit a long time ago and it would have been fine. No more like you know what I'm saying? Like all the stuff I've been through, even outside of the family stuff. Like if I would have stopped, I don't feel like anyone would have been like, oh man, like they would have understood. You know what I'm saying? Like you can really understand why somebody would quit or give up.
Yeah.
You know, it's when people don't that it's like something's wrong with this person, but it's really that's what helped motivate him or her to get to that success. It's like you gotta take everything that you went through and turn it into like positive delusion to get you to where you want to go.